everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Wednesday. A lot of rain today helping the plants out there.
That's right. A little later this hour, we'll be taking your calls and questions for Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company.
But topping our news today, of course, we've learned a lot of new information about yesterday's school shooting in Texas, including what police believe led an 18-year-old to commit such a horrific crime.
The massacre has many of us asking what laws are in place here in Wisconsin to try to prevent these things. We'll explain what the red flag law does and doesn't do. And
we'll be joined by the head of the behavioral health at UW to talk about how to cope with the compounding violence over the last few years. But first at 4, we now know the 18-year-old who opened fire in a Texas elementary school barricaded himself in a single classroom.
One of the worst school shootings in U.S. history has left a community and the country in a state of shock and devastation. Texas Governor Greg Abbott says the 18-year-old gunman, Salvador Ramos, posted on Facebook just before the shooting that he was going to attack an elementary school. The gunman shot his grandmother before barging into a fourth-grade classroom with an AR-15 assault rifle, killing 19 children and 2 teachers. After confronting and killing the shooter, police went to his home and found his grandmother clinging to life.
The shooter was able to make entry into a classroom, barricaded himself, and at that point, just started shooting children and teachers that were inside that classroom, having no regard for human life, just a complete tragedy.
After an agonizing wait for information, all of the families have now been notified of their loss, including relatives of 10-year-old Ileana Garcia. President Biden, after pleading for new gun restrictions, will visit Uvalde, Texas as soon as this weekend, hoping to bring comfort to the heartbroken.
This photo of 2 AR-15 style rifles posted to an Instagram account has now been reportedly connected to the shooter. It was posted just 3 days before yesterday's shooting. Multiple classmates confirmed the account belonged to Salvador Ramos.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott was updating the press today about the shooting when Democratic candidate for governor in Texas, Beto O'Rourke, interrupted the news conference, calling for new gun laws.
Sit down. You're out of line and an embarrassment.
Democrats on Capitol Hill say they are unrepentant in their demands that now is the time to pass new laws to prevent more mass shootings. There are some Republicans, including Susan Collins of Maine, who say they will support new laws. Democrats would need 10 Republicans to join them to pass new legislation. They don't have the votes. Republicans say the Senate should be focused on mental health laws.
And in Wisconsin, the shooting renewed calls for what local lawmakers can do on gun control.
Political reporter Will Keneally has more on what was said and what wasn't. Will?
That's right. So back in 2019, Governor Tony Evers called on the legislature into special session to tackle the issue of gun control. Evers wanted lawmakers to consider universal background checks and a red flag law. But Republicans quickly gavelled in and out that session without taking up any of the bills. Today, Democrats, including Attorney General Josh Kaul, said legislative inaction like that is where Wisconsin currently stands on gun laws.
We know what kinds of common sense steps we can be taking in Wisconsin to make our communities safer. Things like keeping guns out of the hands of domestic abusers, universal background checks, prohibiting ghost guns. These are steps that have broad public support. What we lack is legislative will.
So of those bills being floated, red flag laws, for instance, would allow a judge to step in and temporarily remove a gun from somebody's possession when they're known to be a threat to themselves or others. Republicans have questioned whether that violates your Second Amendment rights, though. We'll have more on the status of Wisconsin's gun laws coming up at 5.
All right, we'll see you then. Thank you. Golden State Warriors head coach Steve Kerr, who has been outspoken about gun violence, made an impassioned plea to the country before the Warriors' playoff game against the Mavericks last night.
We can't get numb to this. We can't sit here and just read about it and go, well, let's have a moment of silence. Yeah, go Dubs, you know. Come on, Mavs, let's go. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go play a basketball game. And 50 senators in Washington are going to hold us hostage.
Kerr's father was shot dead in a terrorist attack in Beirut in 1984, and he has spent much of his professional life calling for gun law reform.
Kerr was referencing the blocking of a vote on background checks in the U.S. Senate. Manu Raju, who is the chief congressional correspondent at CNN, caught up this afternoon with Senator Ron Johnson.
In the wake of this shooting, why not expand background checks, including on firearms and on gun sales? Why not expand background checks?
And as you can see, Senator Johnson did not respond to the question.
Anguished parents in Uvalde, Texas, are grieving the loss of at least 19 children, the youngest victims of the latest gun massacre in America, this time striking a close-knit, mostly Hispanic and Latino community.
2 adults were also killed, 2 teachers in the rampage.
CBS's Lila Luciano has more from Uvalde.
Siri Arizmendi broke down in tears, remembering her 10-year-old niece, Eliana Garcia.
She was very happy and very outgoing. Loved to dance and sing and play sports. She was big into family, enjoyed being with the family.
The family received confirmation of her death late last night. One of at least 19 children gunned down at Robb Elementary School Tuesday.
We've been able to remove all the victims from the school. All the families have been notified.
Among them, 10-year-old Anabel Guadalupe Rodriguez, teacher Eva Mireles, and 9-year-old Amarie Jo Garza. Her father posted this photo to Facebook with a single word comment: why? Authorities say all of the dead and injured were in the same 4th grade classroom.
I heard gunshots.
2nd grader Timothy Silva was in the neighboring classroom and heard the horror.
You remember what happened yesterday? Yeah, a teacher came to our room and warned us that it was happening. So we just ran to the back of the class and hide. And then we hid behind desks and chairs.
Mom Amberlyn Diaz was reunited with her son at the Uvalde Civic Center.
He was scared, shaking, and shocked.
The Civic Center continues to be a place for the community to congregate, staffed with counselors, volunteers, and therapy dogs, as this tight-knit town of about 16,000 mourns together. Lilia Luciano, CBS News, Uvalde, Texas.
And many people are struggling with how to talk to their children and to each other about the Texas school shooting.
Earlier today, we spoke with Dr. Greg Rogers, the Director of Behavioral Health Services at UW Health.
Well, you know, it's a real challenge. It's very hard to really hear news like we heard yesterday and to not let it affect us. And really, we can let it affect us. That's okay. It's normal and human and healthy to have emotions in response to an event like yesterday. And really part of coping is making some space for the upset that we have about it.
Is it important to express those emotions and talk about how you feel? I wonder if some people are getting numb about these kinds of incidents now.
They're coming so often and they're so horrific and not much is changing in response that people start to feel helpless and like they have no choice but to simply go on.
How do you deal with that helplessness?
People will deal with that differently. Some will try to mobilize and join efforts aimed at preventing violence. And at the very least, it's important that people just kind of continue to go about their routines and take care of themselves and their families as best they can.
Mm-hmm. It seems so overwhelming sometimes. Do you have any advice for parents about how to talk to their children about this? Should you talk to your kids about it, or should you shield them from it as much as possible?
Yeah. You have to, a parent has to assume that even if they try to shield their child from it, that's not going to work. The child is going to learn about it, hear about it, see it somewhere, somehow. And generally, it's better if the acknowledgement of the event comes from a trusted adult and at a time where they can talk about how they're feeling about it, where they have the sort of space and time to discuss those thoughts and feelings.
And often that information they may get from their peers may not be accurate or sensationalized.
That's exactly right, and that's why it's important to have a trusted adult engaged in the conversation, because one of the things that a parent can accomplish is finding out how the child is understanding the event. And, you know, they may be misunderstanding it in some important ways that lead them to feel more unsafe than they need to feel.
Do you think they should be watching the news with you?
It's really important that there not be overexposure in a way that is harmful to the child. So, you know, if a parent is right there with the child, some exposure to the news is probably not a bad thing, especially if they immediately have a chance to process what happened.
And this was the scene outside the U.S. Capitol today, rainy and somber, as flags were flown to half-staff to commemorate the 21 lives taken yesterday. We'll be right back with the rest of today's news and a soggy forecast from Dana. Stay with us.
When the family can't get enough of your signature dish, get everything you need with Pick and Save free pickup with no surprise fees. So start your cart today. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Family is just very important.
She's my sister, and we depend on each other a lot.
She's the rock of the family. She's the person who holds everything together.
It's a battle, you know, I'm gonna be there.
Keytruda and chemotherapy been treated my cancer with 2 different types of medicine.
In a clinical trial, Keytruda and chemotherapy was proven to help people live longer than chemotherapy alone. Keytruda is used to treat more patients with advanced lung cancer than any other immunotherapy. Keytruda may be used with certain chemotherapies as your first treatment. If you have advanced non-squamous, non-small cell lung cancer and you do not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene, Keytruda helps your immune system fight cancer, but can also cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body. This can happen during or after treatment and may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain or tenderness, severe nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst, or urine, confusion or memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, fever, rash, itching, or flushing. These are not all the possible side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems, or if you've had an organ transplant, had or plan to have a stem cell transplant, or have had radiation to your chest area or a nervous system condition.
It feels good to be here for them.
Living longer is possible. It's true. Keytruda from Merck. Ask your doctor about Keytruda.
When you drive a Honda, the adventures go on and on. Follow your adventures with the thrilling performance of Honda. The brand owners are calling the most fun to drive. Hurry into a local Honda dealer where new vehicles are arriving daily.
Bob's Discount now goes further than ever with my new 60-month financing option. Just in time, too, because this Memorial Day weekend, we're celebrating the grand opening of my 9 new Bob's Discount furniture stores across the country with 6, 12, 30, and 60-month financing options to fit your budget. Take my Jessie and Betty sofas, each come in 4 sizes and multiple colors. Only $4.99 or $42 per month for 12 months with special financing. So come celebrate the grand opening of our 9 new stores this Memorial Day weekend.
With the Pick and Save app, you can get personalized coupons on top of weekly sales, all for prices that are lower than low. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Let's look outside today on this Wednesday. A great day to be inside, curled up with a book. A lot of rain.
Cloudy and chilly, soggy.
Another soggy day on tap, and Dana's in the backyard.
Oh, Dana.
I wish I was curled up inside with a book right now.
No parasol today.
No parasol today. This is umbrella weather. This is not parasol weather. Over the last few hours, some steadier showers really building in for us in downtown Madison. We've got a nice little puddle under my feet right now on the patio. This rain will continue for us overnight. Notice For southern Wisconsin, this is rain. We've seen some lightning further south, some thunderstorms further south. We could have some isolated thunderstorms overnight, but we're really leaning towards rain with this one. Because of the steady showers, visibility reduced just a little bit for us, temperature-wise in the upper 50s. So it is cool outside. For tomorrow, not quite as cool. Highs will be pretty seasonable in the low 70s, so milder with more rains, more isolated thunderstorms. Thankfully, though, as we look ahead into next week, rain chances really pulling back for us once we get through this event today and for your Thursday. I do want to take a quick look at traffic. As I mentioned, some visibility could be slowing things down on the road a bit right now just due to, again, the rain coming down. This seems to be what's happening along the Beltline east and westbound. As far as the interstate goes in Rock County and in Dane County, north and southbound on 3990, no delays for us at this hour. We will take a closer look at when this rain will finally wrap up in just a few minutes.
Oh, Dana, we all needed a smile today, so thank you for that.
And
you look so cute out there.
We need the rain.
Yeah, we do.
All right, Dana, thank you. A second defendant charged in connection with a 2020 shooting that killed 11-year-old Anissa Scott has pleaded guilty to a pair of felony charges tied to the deadly incident.
Carry On pleaded guilty today to charges of first-degree reckless homicide as party to a crime and attempted first-degree intentional homicide as party to a crime. As part of the plea deal, prosecutors dropped a repeater enhancer for Carry On's attempted first-degree intentional charge and dismissed 4 counts of felony bail jumping. A third defendant in the case, Jerry Ward, is scheduled to go to trial at the start of June for his alleged role in the killing. It's unclear if either Brown or Carry On will take the stand during the trial. Carry On's sentencing hearing is scheduled for September 19th.
Today, Attorney General Josh Kaul launched an online system to allow sexual assault survivors to track their kits through the testing process. The system operates on a barcode so that no personal info is stored. It's called Track Kit. The sexual assault survivor is given a barcode at the time of the exam. They can then look up the kit's location to track it through the testing process.
It's going to help prevent a future backlog because this system will allow us to see the status of every sexual assault kit collected in the state.
The system's intended to make it easier for people to track their kits. Previously, a victim would have to talk to the hospital and law enforcement to do a physical check. This will pull data instantaneously statewide. Track Kit gives people the chance to be informed about the submitted process and give them a sense of control.
It has been 2 years since the nation was forever changed by the police killing of George Floyd by Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin. Now President Biden is taking executive action at reforming federal law enforcement. It includes provisions to establish a national database, to ban the use of chokeholds unless deadly force is authorized, to restrict the use of no-knock warrants, adopt the use of body cameras for arrests and searches, and require new standards for de-escalation and limiting the use of force.
The executive order can, and we believe will, set a new floor, a new benchmark, that any further discussions about reform or transformation in policing must at the very least meet these standards.
While state and local police forces are not bound by the mandates in the executive order, the White House says it hopes it will serve as a model for local law enforcement and will include grants to incentivize local forces to adopt similar measures.
Johnny Depp never pushed Kate Moss down the stairs. That's what she told jurors today. The supermodel testified virtually from England in the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's ongoing defamation trial. Depp's team called Moss as a rebuttal witness after Heard's testimony about rumors that Depp hurt Moss when they were a couple. But Moss said that those rumors aren't true.
Did Mr. Depp push you in any way down the stairs?
No.
During the course of your relationship, did he ever push you down any stairs?
No, he never pushed me, kicked me, or threw me down any stairs.
Moss told the court she had a romantic relationship with Depp from 1994 to 1998, and on a trip to Jamaica, she hurt her back when she slipped down some wet stairs. Her testimony lasted for less than 3 minutes, and she was not cross-examined by Heard's legal team.
Well, mark your calendars. Badger football is only 101 days away. Who's counting, right? The first home game is scheduled for September 3rd against Illinois State. To get you ready for football season, UW Athletics is hosting a scavenger hunt tomorrow in Madison, Appleton, Eau Claire, and Racine. Many helmets will be placed in Elver Park and others with tickets, autographed footballs signed by Coach Paul Christ, and Badger gear.
There's only 7 days a year that everyone gets to come together here at Camp Randall, and it's a great experience between jump around, the fifth quarter. So it's really fun to look forward to that.
We can't wait. There will be 6 parks participating in the scavenger hunt. Make sure to tune in tomorrow on the morning show. They'll be live tomorrow at Elver Park.
Well, stocks closed higher on Wall Street. The Dow Industrials added 191 points, closing at 32,120. The NASDAQ gained 170. The S&P 500 up 37.
Well, thousands of servicemen and women are in the Big Apple for the city's big Memorial Day celebration, Fleet Week. After a 2-year hiatus because of the pandemic, it's a sign of a return to normal. The tradition started more than 30 years ago as a way to honor members of the U.S. Navy, Marines, and Coast Guard. There will be a parade of ships up the Hudson River, ship tours, displays, and demonstrations in Times Square.
Pretty impressive. Up next at 4, the latest shooting in Texas has again renewed the gun debate in this country.
There is new polling out addressing this issue, and we'll have the numbers from the director of the Marquette Law School poll, Charles Franklin, when Live at 4 continues.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
When you decide it's time to look at replacing your gutters, you have options. There are a number of replacement gutter systems on the market. Hi, Andrew Larson here, owner of Larson Home Services. My team has spent lots of time looking at the best one on the market, and we found it, Gutter Shutter. Gutter Shutter sets the standard for performance, durability, and beauty with thicker aluminum, wider gutter size, and it's available in 18 beautiful colors. Best of all, Gutter Shutter is 100% made in the USA and guaranteed for as long as your home is standing. My team is dedicated to provide what we like to call the Larson experience. From your first call until well after the job is done, you will be treated like you're part of the Larson family. Please check out our Google reviews and see what customers have to say about us. We'd love to show you why Gutter Shutter means you can stay off the ladder forever. Right now, get up to $1,000 off, free financing for 12 months, and a $100 Visa gift card with your new Gutter Shutter system. Call now to set up your free estimate.
People with plaque psoriasis are rethinking the choices they make, like the shot they take, the memories they create, or the spin they initiate. Otezla, it's a choice you can make. Otezla is not a cream. It's a pill that treats plaque psoriasis differently. With Otezla, you can achieve clearer skin. Don't use if you're allergic to Otezla. Otezla can cause serious allergic reactions. It may cause severe diarrhea, nausea, or vomiting. Otezla is associated with an increased risk of depression. Tell your doctor if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts, or if these feelings develop. Some people taking Otezla reported weight loss. Your doctor should monitor your weight and may stop treatment. Upper respiratory tract infection and headache may occur. Tell your doctor about your medicines and if you're pregnant or planning to be. Otezla, show more of you.
How do you use your energy? Fueling your drive to deliver hope for neighbors in need? At Alliant Energy, we're creating more clean, renewable energy every single day to power what matters to you. Alliant Energy, powering beyond.
The D.C. Liberals' spending spree is out of control, jacking up inflation on Wisconsin families, wiping out wage gains, and making it harder for families to make ends meet. Gas, groceries, rent, everything costs more. Senator Ron Johnson is fighting back, voting against the Liberals' inflationary spending and demanding accountability for Washington's rampant waste and fraud. Tell Senator Johnson, keep fighting to stop the reckless spending that is killing us with inflation.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
We'll take a look at as folks who were aboard a fishing charter now have a whale of a tale to tell after a rare up-close and personal encounter with a whale shark in the wild. It happened about 50 miles offshore of Tampa, where Charter Captain Dylan Hubbard says seeing the endangered species isn't common, but what was really special was how long it hung out. He says it was like being at SeaWorld.
Wow, that's incredible to see.
That is incredible.
That's so cool. And the water's so blue.
Yes, exactly.
Whale shark. So is it a shark or a whale?
A whale.
It's a whale shark.
Right?
No, it's a shark.
It's
Shark.
a shark.
It's shark. It's a whale. Okay. I swear I was listening.
It's a whale shark.
A whale shark, but it's a shark.
I guess.
Got it.
Got it. All right.
Glad we figured that out, guys.
A lot of rain today. Much needed rain.
Yeah, it's a little soggy outside right now, honestly. I was standing in a puddle a second ago, so my shoes might squeak a little bit.
That's pretty impressive rain gear you have back there in the weather office.
Yes, yeah, we're pretty well equipped. A few jackets, a few umbrellas, just in case, varying degrees of it. But you might want to keep the jacket or umbrella or hat or whatever you use on hand, because these showers sticking with us at least into tomorrow. The good news, things starting to look a little drier as we look ahead to Memorial Day weekend, but we got to get through tomorrow first. We'll look at a full 10-day right after the break.
Quality, longevity, selection. These words have been synonymous with the Surgenians and Karastan brands for over 90 years. Save up to 20% on Karastan carpets this month with special financing and rebates. Local, sustainable, Surgenians.
Allergy sufferers. Bedtime means it's time to take Zysol. Zysol relieves allergies while you sleep, so you wake refreshed. Plus, it works faster than Claritin, and on first dose, provides the same relief as Zyrtec in a pill nearly half the size. Be wise all. Take Zysol at night.
Hello, I'm Roman Ryan of Ryan Funeral Homes. As a locally owned and operated funeral home, it's important to know that not all funeral homes are the same. Some other Madison area funeral homes are actually owned by corporations based outside of the United States. A corporately owned funeral home is focused on the bottom line, making services more costly. We have served local families for more than 80 years, and our priority is investing in the community and your family. In your time of need, Ryan Funeral Homes are here for you.
When we needed new doors and windows for our home, we were looking for someone we could trust.
We've done the bargain brand windows. We've done the runaround.
What we loved about Next Door and Window is that they were different. The experts guided us through every step of their no-pressure process.
We really loved their educational approach. Next Door and Window helped us understand what was right for us.
They have a totally different approach to doors and windows. They made the window and door replacement process simple.
Call 844-600-NEXT to get 50% off your installation.
Eyes require a certain kind of care. As a family-owned optical company for over 40 years, Wisconsin Vision knows firsthand just how important your eyes are. That's why our doctors and staff are highly skilled and passionate in their roles. It's why our centers offer a large selection of eyewear suitable for all lifestyles, and it's why our lens lab is state-of-the-art, conveniently located right here in Wisconsin. Ask about our $99 prescription sunglasses. Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
And I walked right into US Cellular and I said I want to choose any phone in here for free.
What'd he say? He said, sure.
Really nice guy. I had my pick of any phone from any brand, free, even the newest ones.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got the big screen?
Yeah.
Big storage?
Yeah.
Fits in your pocket?
Fits in my pocket. Yeah, it's a big phone, and that's what I wanted, and I got what I wanted.
At US Cellular, we put you first. So choose any phone free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, it is a little soggy outside right now for us, and we're going to continue to see those scattered showers move through overnight and through most of the day tomorrow. Could have a few isolated thunderstorms mixed in, though. Right now, the thunderstorms really trending to the south. The good news as we look ahead to the weekend for Memorial Day, temperatures warming up, and we're also backing off on those rain chances for the weekend and for Memorial Day Monday. Next week will include a few more showers, but again, we're pulling back on some of those rain chances for us. Looking at our Doppler track right now, throughout the state, it is a little soggy muggy outside. We've had some lightning further south, but it's just been rain for us in southern Wisconsin. Temperature-wise, in the upper 50s currently in Madison, but I love when our temperatures give a really clear picture where our fronts are at right now. Warmer air to the south. In fact, in Rockford, we're at 72 right now. The very southern edge of the state, those temperatures close to 70, but that cooler air still holding on for us in Dane County. That warmer air all right along a warm front. This is going to continue to drag north and bring in those steady showers for us overnight. We'll see the system clear out as we look ahead to late Thursday, but again, we do have the soggy conditions to get through at least for another 24 hours or so. We'll have scattered showers overnight with a few isolated thunderstorms possible. Temperatures tomorrow expected to climb up to the low 70s in the late afternoon and evening. We'll have some more shower chances, possibly some thunderstorms mixed in. Things clear off to the east late Thursday, and by Friday, we're back to sunshine. High temperatures on Friday expected to climb up close to 70 for us in the afternoon, and this will lead us in again to Memorial Day weekend. Tomorrow in the low 70s, cloudy and milder. We're going to add on a little bit more with that warmer air building in. Showers and isolated thunderstorms possible for us, with our breeze switching, becoming a little more from the north once that system crosses through. And our 6 to 10 day outlook, warmer temperatures building in. This carries us into the start of June for the Midwest and for the East Coast. We're all expecting above average temperatures. We'll keep that cooler air off to the west. Looking ahead to the start of next month. So low 70s tomorrow. Again, warmer than today with scattered showers and thunderstorms expected. Now, once that clears out, it gets just a little cooler. We take a brief dip down for us on Friday with some sun coming through in the afternoon once the cloud coverage does clear out. High temperatures close to 70. Saturday, we're back up in the mid 70s for afternoon highs, and that carries us into a warming trend for the rest of the weekend and into the start of next week. So by Sunday, we're in the low 80s with partly sunny skies, and Memorial Day Monday in the upper 80s. Now, when we start to talk about temperatures close to 90, we also have to start talking about our heat index readings. We're planning on those heat index readings climbing possibly into the mid 90s for us for Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday into the low 90s. So upper 80s might feel a little warmer for those of you who are fans of warm weather, but it does come along with the humidity. By the middle of next week, we start to pull back down into the 70s where we should be for this time of year, guys, with overnight lows again trending close to 60 for us. But we do have a nice warm Memorial Day weekend on tap for us now. I know a lot of folks excited for that, for the unofficial start of summer for the weekend.
50 to 90.
Yeah, 50 to 90. It's a nice little temperature jump for us.
We're used to that.
Right,
exactly.
Stay dry, thank you.
Thanks, Dana.
Well, the shooting in Texas has reignited the ongoing debate over gun control legislation. In 2019, the Marquette Law School poll showed 80% of Wisconsin voters supported expanding background checks on firearm sales.
And a recent CBS News poll found 54% of Americans want laws covering the sale of guns made more strict. 30% said gun laws should be kept where they are, and 16% want them to be less strict. The poll was conducted after the mass shooting in Buffalo, New York 9 days ago, and before the mass shooting yesterday in Uvalde, Texas.
Also today, a Marquette Law School poll released looking at the public opinion of the U.S. Supreme Court and other topics. Charles Franklin is the director of the Marquette Law School poll, and he's here with us in person.
Lots to talk to you about. Hi, Charles.
Good afternoon.
Let's start with the Supreme Court poll that you did. I mean, this sort of flip-flopped.
Yes, well, opinion approval of the court fell by 10 percentage points. This is in the wake of the release of the draft opinion overturning Roe versus Wade. Support or opposition to Roe didn't change at all, but the polarization on that issue changed dramatically. Democratic approval of the court down 23 points, but Republican approval of the court up a few points. Independents down a little bit too.
I think we have the numbers that we can can show that specifically. What else did you ask regarding the court?
So we asked about that. We asked about the 15-week ban on abortions that the Mississippi law is presenting to the court. Opinion on that is evenly split, even as nearly 70% oppose overturning Roe. I think it's 69% oppose overturning it, and only 30% support the 6-week ban in the Texas law that is quite strict about abortion law. So what we're seeing is no change in opinion about the issue, but dramatic increases in polarization in terms of people's views of the court on this issue.
And the last time you polled about background checks, it was a couple of years ago. but it was like 80% of people want them expanded?
Here in Wisconsin, it's overwhelming, I think is an appropriate term to use. Over 70% on background checks and on red flag laws. Two proposals that have not moved any in legislation here in the state, but where there are just very large majorities and majorities across the population. You cited that CBS poll, which is also a good example of public opinion which favors these kinds of laws. But in fact, more states have been expanding access to guns, not contracting that. Georgia, which voted yesterday, just voted to passed a law allowing people to carry concealed weapons without a permit.
They're considering that in Wisconsin, aren't they?
And it's been proposed here in the state, though it is not, I don't think, come to the governor's desk. I think the issue here is we've seen a lot of states moving to allow concealed carry without a license, but in our national poll, just 19% favor that, even though 62% favor licensed concealed carry. So this is the issue. There's substantial 2/3 support almost for concealed carry with a license, but only less than 1 in 5 that support it without a license. The Supreme Court, being a busy group these days, is set to rule on whether the Second Amendment permits carrying a weapon outside the home as well, and that would be an expansion to a constitutional right, whereas these other laws are state laws that individual states have passed, and which honestly are a lot more permissive than what a narrow interpretation of the Second Amendment today says.
Yeah, interesting stuff. Charles, thank you as always.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
See you soon. Thank you, Charles.
Coming up next here on Live at 4, a fantasy role-playing game from the 70s has made a comeback. We'll tell you all about the resurgence of Dungeons and Dragons.
And then coming up next hour at 5, our Naomi Coles breaks down the realities of school resource officers and how effective they can be in school shootings. That's coming up tonight at 5.
The biggest Memorial Day savings are happening for 72 hours only. Appliances in stock and ready for fast delivery. Up to 40% off doorbusters. Special financing for 12 months. Saturday through Monday with a preview day Friday at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley off the Beltline in East Springs Drive.
What are you recommending for muscle pain?
Based on clinical data, I recommend Salon Pass.
Agreed. My patients like these patches because they work up to 12 hours, even on moderate pain.
Salon Pass. It's good medicine.
When it comes to pain medicine, less is more. Aleve gives long-lasting freedom from pain with fewer pills than Tylenol. Instead of taking pills every 4 to 6 hours, Aleve works up to 12 hours, so you can focus on what matters. Aleve. Less pills, more relief.
Fur, you won't faze me. Unlike Zyrtec, Allegra won't make me drowsy.
Allegra starts working 2 times faster than Claritin. So trees, you won't take me down. When allergies attack, take Allegra.
Before your symptoms take over you.
Live your greatness.
With Choice Hotels, there's always a reason to book it. Whatever your reason, book over 7,100 locations at choicehotels.com.
Reynolds Wrap makes it easy to cook and clean up meals in no time. So I didn't miss all the fun stuff.
Easy prep, cook, and clean with Reynolds Wrap.
Imagine never having to clean your gutters again. Andrew Larson here, and you don't have to dream about it. My team would love to show you what a new gutter shutter system can do for your home, protecting its foundation and keeping you off that ladder forever. Gutter Shutter is the strongest, most durable, high-performance gutter system on the market, and it's the best bang for your buck. Right now, get up to $1,000 off, free financing for 12 months, and a $100 Visa gift card with your new Gutter Shutter system. Call now to set up your free estimate.
1 in 4 Americans likes Johnsonville sausage strips better than bacon, which makes total sense. Because you can't spell sausage without USA. Johnsonville sausage strips, better than bacon, and possibly more American.
Ashley's Memorial 72-hour weekend event is the biggest savings of the year. Don't miss doorbusters up to 64% off. Furnish entire rooms for only $14 per month. Special financing for 60 months. It's Saturday through Monday with a preview day on Friday. It's only 72 hours.
Tonight at 5, we examine current gun laws and address if red flags are enough to protect our children.
Showers and a few thunderstorms are likely tonight and Thursday. The rain should end Thursday night, then mainly dry weather with a big warm-up are on the way for the end of the week and into Memorial Day weekend. I'll tell you how warm it'll get for the holiday at 5.
Then at 6, in the wake of the Uvalde tragedy, the big question being asked is how can we protect our children as mass shootings continue? Tonight, we speak with several law enforcement agencies about school security and the effectiveness of SROs.
Let's spin the old weather satellite. We end up in sunny New York City, 63 degrees.
It's perfect weather for Fleet Week that we mentioned earlier.
Absolutely.
Very nice.
Well, demogorgons, droids, or doppelgangers,
Well
there's
done.
something for everybody in Dungeons & Dragons.
The fantasy role-play game that started back in the 70s saw its best year ever last year, fueled by pandemic popularity and digital tools to help keep campaigns going.
As CBS's Naomi Ruckham reports, more fans are now returning to in-person play.
Everywhere it touches, it starts to eat into the bones.
Dungeon Master Sadie Kamori Stager runs her campaign straight out of her imagination.
I get to create my own world. I get to make the story, make all these fun characters.
With her mom's help, the California teen started a Dungeons & Dragons club back in the 6th grade, and it took off.
45 kids showed up. There was not enough chairs in the room for everybody.
The ever-popular role-play game has captivated fans since 1974. From suburban basements,
an army of troglodytes charged into the chamber,
to live events and celebrity competition.
I didn't know if it was just in my mind or if it was real.
D&D saw its best year ever in 2021, with total revenue up 17% over the previous year.
We definitely saw an uptick in our play numbers and in revenue during the pandemic. It really did feed that need that people have to get together.
This New York City Game Cafe hosts regular in-person play for D&D fans of all ages who come for the storytelling and the socialization.
Strangers who wouldn't necessarily get to know each other are brought together into a very fun night.
19-year-old Olivia Swayze started playing online during the pandemic and is now a regular at this table. So is longtime fan and law student Philip Rudy.
The reason it's so popular is it can be a space for everybody to feel included, and I think the community is overall very inclusive.
D&D says the franchise has increasingly attracted more women, multi-generational, and family play. Creating new worlds together. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News, New York.
You know, this game was created in Lake Geneva, Dungeons & Dragons.
That's incredible.
By Gary Gygax.
Yep. And Dave Arneson.
There you have it.
How about it?
Pretty cool. Well, it's time to get your plant and garden questions answered. Speaking of cool.
Lisa Briggs is standing by live at the Bruce Company. Oh, look at how pretty that looks, Lisa. Hi there.
A little help?
Yep, getting a little
fluffer?
help. Call now, 608-270-9933. We'll take your calls when we come back.
Save hundreds on top appliances and grills during the Memorial Day sale at Grand Appliance. Shop our unbeatable deals on top brands like GE, including this large capacity top load washer with antimicrobial components for just $6.98. This convection range with air fry for just $9.48. Or step up to a premium GE profile kitchen and get up to $2,000 back. Visit grandappliance.com or your local showroom today. Grand Appliance, the appliance experts.
What can I do with less asthma? With Dupixent, I can do more. Catching my train. Making moves. Making a connection. Oh, a train connection. That's how you do more with Dupixent, which helps prevent asthma attacks. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma that can improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks, and can reduce or even eliminate oral steroids. And here's something important. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Are you ready to do more with less asthma? Just ask your asthma specialist about Dupixent.
Fry Construction is celebrating 27 years with a big anniversary sale. Join us to save 27%. That's right, 27%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 2 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Act now for 27% off gutters with any full roofing or siding project. Schedule your free consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
This is how we do it.
At Pick and Save, we believe it takes the right team to bring you fresh produce. That's why we partner with farmers who grow only the best. And that level of teamwork means better, fresher options time and time again. Because working together is truly what it takes to be fresh for everyone.
To all my neighbors, you got much flavor.
Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of industry-leading Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Take advantage of exceptional financing offers from your local Cub Cadet dealer today. To find the dealer near you, visit cubcadetdealers.com.
Well, we have a few slowdown spots right now on the Beltline still. Thankfully, no accidents to report, but east and westbound, we are seeing delays. Usually what happens will we have a little bit of rain coming down for us. Downtown Madison also a few more red spots than usual for this time of the evening, but again, no accidents. And downtown Janesville actually looks pretty smooth. North and southbound along the interstate in Rock County and in Dane County. All good for us this evening. From the Beltline to Janesville, 25 minutes, 16 minutes to get from Middleton to Sauk City and downtown to Sun Prairie, and 19-minute commute for us this evening. That's a quick look at traffic.
Take it easy out there. It's time now to get your plant and garden questions answered. Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company taking your calls at 608-270-9933. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa. Hello. How are you guys?
Pretty good. We've talked about it on the news show, but you're getting a lot of questions about crabapple trees that used to be pink.
Well, I don't think they used to be pink. I think they still are pink. It's just that this year, I think that they opened right when it was super, super hot. And I think the color faded out really quickly and it's been all over town.
Now, this is a tree at your house,
Not just at your house.
This is a tree at my backyard.
Not just at Mark's house.
Okay, that was in the past. This
Everywhere.
is the shot this year.
Wow. I know, it's amazing.
So what do we think happened?
It looks like a completely different tree.
I think the heat just bleached out the color. I have high hopes, Mark, that next year your crabapple will be back to the bright pink that it should be.
I hope so, too.
You're getting a lot of questions about this, Lisa?
There have been a half a dozen people who have called either with you guys or on the radio or stopped in the plant desk with the same question. It's all over the place, so it has to be weather related.
And the blossoms are down now, so it doesn't really matter.
Wow.
We'll see what happens next year.
There you go.
All right, let's start with Archie in Richland Center. Hi, Archie. What's your question?
I have a hibiscus plant. I'd like to know if I could dig it up and split it, and when would be the best time to do it?
If you're talking about the hardy hibiscus or the Rose of Sharon, which are both hardy here, they really come from one root system and they don't like being split. The hardy ones will get quite big over time, probably 3 feet wide and tall, but you don't want to cut it apart. It's not like a hosta or a daylily.
Okay.
Okay, let's go to David in Sauk City. Hi, David. What's your question?
Hi. Yeah, I was wondering whether it is safe to trim oak trees to avoid oak wilt.
No, you want to prune oak trees when they're fully dormant. So generally, it's between April 1st and November 1st is the window when you do not want to trim them unless there's some really horrible reason, like there's storm damage or something like that. Otherwise, leave them alone until after the leaves start to fall and the plants are dormant.
Okay. Let's go to Wanda in Dane. Hi, Wanda. What's your question?
Hi. I have some creeping phlox that I would like to thin out. When would be the best time for me to transplant them?
As soon as they're done flowering, you can go ahead and take those clumps out, split them, and then move them around.
All right, very good. Andy in Madison, you're next. What's your question?
Andy, you there?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Is it too late to plant tomato seeds and have them come up?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what
Is
was
it
the
too
plan?
late to start tomato plants by seed?
I think it is a little late. We generally like to start them around mid-April, and so we're 6 weeks past that. Best to just go and get some starts from a garden center. If you have seeds that you didn't get around to planting, you can put them in a Ziploc bag and keep them in the crisper drawer in your refrigerator, and they'll be good for next year.
Oh, that's a good tip.
All right, let's go to Janet now in Janesville, or Reeseville, that is. Hi, Janet, what's your question?
My question is, how does my husband keep a fish plant live?
I'm sorry, the fan is in here. What was the plant?
The peace plant.
Oh, peace lilies?
Peace lily,
Well,
yes.
You should ask. Mark's got an enormous one.
I have an enormous one.
And it flowers all the time.
You don't
so
want
with peace lilies,
You don't want my advice on this.
you want to keep them out of drafts. They like bright but indirect light. And sometimes they would prefer distilled water as opposed to tap water. So sometimes that'll spot the leaves and will create some leaf spotting issues. So let your tap water settle overnight before you water, and then keep the water at the base of the plant and not on the foliage.
All right, very good. Let's go to Wendy in Marshall. Hi, Wendy, what's your question?
Hi, Wendy, you there? Hello, Wendy.
No, I guess.
She has a question about a Colorado spruce, but I don't know what the question is.
Okay.
I have a Colorado spruce.
There you go.
In my back, I have a Colorado spruce in my backyard that is growing a lot slower than the other ones. Is there anything I can add to it to make it grow faster?
Well, you can certainly fertilize with a fertilizer that's meant for evergreens, but you might want to consider that Colorado spruce is a different variety, and it might be a dwarf, and it might be meant to grow more slowly than your others. So they can grow as little, depending on the variety, as little as 1 inch a year, all the way up to about 1 foot a year. Just depends on the variety and the growth rate of that particular type.
Okay.
All right, let's go to Fritz in Monroe. Hi, Fritz. What's your question?
Yeah, I got raspberry bushes, and they told me that I asked them when would I trim them. They said in the spring you'll see the dead ones. You cut them out. Well, I don't see no dead ones. So how do you trim a raspberry?
When do your raspberries bear fruit?
He's gone.
In the summer or at the end of the season?
He's gone. I'm sorry.
I'm going to make this really fast. So there are two kinds of raspberries. The ones that bloom that fruit in the summer, so like June and July. Those you need to go in the spring and prune out the dead ones and then let the new canes come up, and those will fruit. The ones that fruit later than that, like August and September, those you cut back completely to the ground, either after frost or before the new ones start to come up. That's the basic raspberry rule.
That's a very dramatic difference. All right, Lisa, thank you.
It is quite a difference,
And
yeah.
thank you all for your calls. We'll do this again soon. Well, the final check of your forecast coming up.
Thanks, Lisa. Great to see you.
Good to see you guys, too.
Feeling trapped by your expensive cell phone plan? Here's the key. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Keep your phone and number with the same great coverage as the big carriers. Escape to a no-contract $20 a month plan with talk, text, and data. It's easy to connect. With our award-winning customer support team, no sleight of hand is required. Call, go online, or visit Target to get your new SIM card or phone today.
At USAA, we've been called too exclusive because we were created for officers. But as we've evolved with the military, we've grown to serve all who've honorably served, no matter their rank or when they were in. A Marine just out of boot camp, or a petty officer from 73, and even his kids and their kids. USAA is made for all who honorably serve and their eligible family members. Are we still exclusive? Absolutely. And that's exactly why you should join.
At Machinery Row Bicycles, you'll find Wisconsin's largest selection of road and triathlon bicycles from Moots, Giant, Felt, Waterford, and Trek. Trek has a great lineup of sport touring bicycles that are great for day tours and charity rides. The place to shop for the world's most beautiful bicycles is Machinery Row Bicycle, the most beautiful bicycle store in the world. Free adjustments and service are included in your Machinery Row Bicycle. So many fun things to look at and bicycles to test ride on the bicycle path by the lake at Machinery Row Bicycles.
Fur, you won't faze me. Unlike Zyrtec, Allegra won't make me drowsy.
Allegra starts working 2 times faster than Claritin. So trees, you won't take me down. When allergies attack, take Allegra.
Before your symptoms take over you.
Live your greatness.
No parent, no family member should drop their children off at school and have to pick them up in a body bag.
Tonight at 5, we examine current gun laws and address if red flags are enough to protect our children. That's coming up at 5.
Your car is likely equipped with its own black box.
This particular crash, the driver did not react at all before impact.
Mark Kane finds out what kind of data is being stored in these devices and who has access to this info. Thursday on News 3 now at 6.
We have scattered showers right now throughout southern Wisconsin. Some of the rain a little steady at times, but the good news, no lightning popping up on our radar right now. So we're not looking at thunderstorms currently, but we're going to continue to watch these showers move through overnight and as we look ahead to your Thursday. So I would keep that umbrella on hand, at least for about another 24 hours.
Are you one of the millions of Americans who experience occasional bloating, gas, or abdominal discomfort? Taking Align can help. Align contains a quality probiotic to naturally help soothe digestive upsets 24/7. Try Align, the pros in digestive health, and join the Align Healthy Gut Team Up and learn what millions of Align users already know: how great a healthy gut can feel. Sign up at AlignProbiotics.com. Also try Align Dual Biotic Gummies to help support digestive health.
Now is the time to transform your home. It's time for new energy-efficient replacement windows from Champion. Right now, every Comfort 365 window style is 40% off.
At Champion, we make buying new windows easy. Unlike some other companies, we control every step of the process. We design, build, install, and guarantee it for life.
Upgrade your home and get 40% off all styles. Call now or go online to book your free estimate at getchampionwindows.com.
Shop the Memorial Day sale at Grand Appliance for thousands of in-stock options at the area's lowest prices. Plus up to $250 in additional savings you won't find anywhere else. Get special buys like this Maytag top-load washer for just $648, or this LG gas range with convection and air fry for just $948. Shop your local showroom or grandappliance.com today. Grand Appliance. You make it home, we make it grand.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Donate today.
Whether you have a design emergency or you just want to shop the best furniture showroom in town, you need Dwellings, Madison's best kept secret for design and furniture. Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
In today's Final Touch, a glimpse into restaurants and food of the future.
It can be found in a Spanish culinary center, which is pushing the boundaries of both food and food technology. The screen shows a restaurant menu, but before you can choose what you want to eat, it first has to calibrate your eye movements. That's because the tablet uses tech that can follow your gaze and work out which part of the screen you look at most. They want to know which parts of the menu get the most attention and whether displaying different information can influence a guest's food choices. choices. But never mind the gadgets. This dish is Pinktos, a small snack from the Basque country. It's a chefs here developed a recipe that's 50% fruit and veggies, 25% protein, 25% carbs. And these hot dogs are entirely vegan and made out of mushrooms. The ketchup is made from watermelon, and the mustard is a mixture of sauerkraut and fermented watermelon rind. The idea is to eat more healthy. That's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.